Welcome to The Explainer. If you are planning a Caribbean getaway for 2026 or 2027, you've probably hit that wall. You know the one. Overwhelming options, trends constantly shifting, and prices bouncing around so wildly you literally just want to slam your laptop shut. Well, today we're cutting through all that noise. We're going to dive into exactly what the modern traveler is actually looking for, how to pinpoint your specific island vibe, and best of all, I'm going to reveal a closely guarded industry hack that will literally save you hundreds of dollars on a premium trip. Let's get right into it. So here's a simple but honestly vital question we need to ask. How much are you overpaying for paradise? If you're just relying on standard search engines and booking direct, the answer is probably a lot. But before we get into the exact dollars and cents of how to fix that, we've got to understand what a high-value vacation even looks like right now. Because, let's be real, scoring a great deal means absolutely nothing if it's for a trip you don't even want to go on, right? Okay, moving into our first section, 2026 travel trends, and a totally new way to explore. To really nail down the best vacation strategy, we first have to look at this massive shift in how people are traveling. We're moving way past the cookie-cutter trips. You know, the old way, loud, super crowded shores, and those massive generic resort packages. Instead, travelers right now are actively hunting for what's being called quiet luxury. Think vast, untouched white sand beaches where literally the only footprints are your own. People want authentic, off-the-beaten-path discovery that feels incredibly exclusive, like it was made just for them. Which leads us nicely into Section 2, finding your island vibe by matching destinations to your own personal travel style. See, the thing to remember is the Caribbean is not just one giant monolith. Every single island has its own totally distinct heartbeat. So figuring out what kind of traveler you are is step one to maximizing your value. For the nature seekers out there, you've got places like St. Lucia with those massive, towering green volcanic pitons, or Dominica, literally known as the Nature Island, which has the longest hiking trail in the entire Caribbean. Now, if you're more of a culture enthusiast, Antigua offers this incredibly deep history, like the UNESCO World Heritage Site, Nelson's Dockyard. Or you could head to Grenada and just be completely immersed in the aroma of actual working spice plantations. And of course, for the classic beach lovers chasing that quiet luxury we just talked about, Turks and Caicos has the mind-blowing turquoise waters of Grace Bay, while Barbados offers this perfect, seamless blend of high-end resorts and raw, authentic local soul. But okay, this brings us to a pretty major dilemma. Choosing just one of these amazing destinations feels a little limiting, doesn't it? I mean, if you want the epic hiking in St. Lucia, the rich history of Antigua, and those perfect Bahamian beaches, you might feel like you're being forced to compromise. And that brings us to this massive rising trend of island hopping and slow travel. It completely solves that problem by letting you experience multiple, totally different vibes in a single trip. As travel experts point out, moving between these neighboring shores gives you a dramatically richer experience. You get to see how the atmosphere totally shifts from one island to the next. But let's be totally honest for a second. Trying to organize a web of inter-island flights, chaotic ferry schedules, and unpacking at 3 different hotels, yeah, that's the exact opposite of a relaxing vacation. It's a logistical nightmare. So how do we fix that? Let's get into Section 3, the island hopping advantage, specifically looking at cruising the Southern Caribbean. Let's look at a super concrete example of how to completely bypass that logistical nightmare. We're looking at a spectacular 8-night Southern Caribbean sailing on Royal Caribbean's massive Allure of the Seas, setting sail October 30th, 2027. Now, this is not just some quick weekend getaway. This is an extended, deeply immersive journey that is basically designed to check off multiple travel profiles, from the hardcore nature seeker to the ultimate beach lover, all in one single magnificent trip. When you look at the day-by-day journey, it's this perfect balance of high-energy adventure and that relaxing, quiet luxury across multiple breathtaking ports. First, you embark and settle right into the award-winning Allure of the Seas. Then, boom, step 2. You're hitting perfect day at Coco Cay in the Bahamas, which is this totally exclusive, private destination. From there, the ship sails further south, hopping right through the culturally rich, vibrant ports of St. Martin and Antigua. And finally, you get those super crucial sea days at the end to just completely unwind on your journey back home. And at every single stop along the way, you got access to these absolutely top-tier excursions. Take Coco Cay. You can literally make a splash in the largest freshwater pool in the entire Caribbean. Then, when you dock at Antigua, you can step right off the ship and plunge straight into the colonial history of Nelson's Dockyard. Or check out Grenada, where you can snorkel the Molinaire Underwater Sculpture Park. Honestly, this place is incredible. It's an ecotourism site where these life-size statues are actually acting as an artificial reef to help brand new coral grow. It's really the ultimate blend of curated luxury and totally authentic exploration. All right, moving to section 4, and this is the really good stuff, the travel advisor hack and how we are actually maximizing your vacation value. So here's the absolute kicker. How you actually go about booking this dream itinerary totally dictates what you end up paying. If you just go online and click buy, you are literally leaving money on the table. The internet is completely plagued with inaccurate pricing, hidden fees, and just an overwhelming number of options. But a specialized travel advisor knows exactly how to cut straight through that noise and snag you insider rates. Because, as Caribbean Journey specialists will tell you, hotels and cruise lines often look identical online, but those booking algorithms, they're designed to maximize the company's retail profit, not your personal savings. Using an advisor flips that math entirely in your favor. Don't just take my word for it. Let's look at the actual receipts side by side. Both of these invoices are for the exact same 8-night Southern Caribbean sailing on the Allure of the Seas, leaving October 30th, 2027. Both are for the exact same stateroom category. But check out that vacation total at the bottom. On the standard retail invoice, the price sits right around $3,400. But over on the exclusive Cruise Planner's Advisor invoice, that total drops to just over $2,500. That is a massive $849 in pure savings, just by utilizing an industry insider to book the exact same cabin. Think about what you can do with that kind of money back in your pocket. I mean, that's your flights, completely covered. Or it's your specialty dining and drink packages on the ship, done. Or maybe it pays for those incredible shore excursions in Antigua and the Bahamas we just looked at. You get all of that paid for simply by changing how you book. And honestly, beyond just that dramatic, almost unbelievable price drop, booking with an advisor gives you total peace of mind. First off, you're getting a fully refundable deposit. Because you're booking so far in advance for a late 2027 sailing, the deposit you put down right now is fully refundable all the way up until your final payment date of August 1st, 2027. So actually, scratch that. It's not just peace of mind, it is essentially a zero-risk reservation. Plus, as a bonus, the advisor throws in an extra $50 of onboard credit just to sweeten the whole deal. So to recap, you're getting concierge-level service, expert guidance to match your specific island vibe, literally zero financial risk, and you are paying drastically less than the person sleeping in the cabin right next to yours. So the final thought I want to leave you with today is this. In an era where online algorithms are literally designed to drain your wallet, why on earth would you ever pay retail for paradise again? You've seen the actual numbers. It is time to stop overpaying and start exploring smarter. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Here's to your next unforgettable and perfectly priced Caribbean adventure.